Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. You believe high quality women want families, not a career?
Do I believe high quality women want families and not what?
Not a career?
Ooh, high quality women.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would say a little bit of both, because if you got money and you sitting on a couple stacks, it's not fun if you're doing it all by yourself. You don't have anybody to share it with. So I would say, half and half if they smart. If they selfish, then they want to be by themselves and have all the money to themselves.
Okay. You believe marriage is dead and women killed it?
No, I don't believe marriage is dead. And no, I don't believe women killed it or are the cause of it. I would like to elaborate a little bit further. I am a married woman. I am separated as of 2014, only because the man I married had no respect for me when I was the one that did everything for him, due to his multiple sclerosis that had set up in his body. And he pretty much just lost a good woman, and now he's in a nursing home all by himself. So it can be, it can go both ways. It's not a one-sided thing. It can go both ways.
Okay, cool. They say beautiful women are born, successful men are made. This is why men are the prize and not her. You agree or disagree?
I disagree with that.
Okay.
Everyone has an open opportunity to be successful. It's all about their push and their maneuver and their perseverance.
Okay. What's the hardest truth you learned as an adult?
The hardest truth I learned as an adult is everybody is not for you. Everybody is not in your corner. Everybody is not happy for you. Everyone does not care.
Okay. They say do you believe every 16-year-old boy should be taken on a field trip to family court to sit on some divorce hearings so they know what happens to the 50% of men that go through the divorce machine?
That would be fair for nowadays, because back when we was growing up, it was just mom and daddy split. You didn't know why. It was just he wasn't there and that was it. Nowadays, people are more in tune with what's going on. So it's a lot more verbal nowadays.
What's your thoughts on women lying, saying that's their kid's father, and to the man that's the father? And
say that one more time.
What's your thoughts on women lying, saying that's the child's father, and lying to the kid that's your daddy, and man paying 18 years of child support and to find out it's not his? Should those women be criminalized for that?
I think that's scandalous. I think that's deceiving. Yes, they should be criminalized for it, because you are making this innocent child, believe that the man that they have been seeing every day is their father, and creating a bond with someone that has no DNA connection, and the father who is putting all his money, time, and effort into a child that he thinks is his, which could also be his first child, and then taking all that opportunity and making that man, pretty much lose out on opportunities to have his own child, which can turn that man cold and heartless and turn around and you could be a whole dead sister later on, because you don't play with people's emotions like that. I know somebody who did that, and you don't do people like that. That boy almost 20, and his daddy ain't his daddy for real, and don't nobody know it, and it's wrong. I think it's ultimately wrong, and females need to be criminalized for it, because it's just shady. It's shady to me. It's straight up shady. I ain't no other way to say it. Shady.
Facts. What's your thoughts on the females who lie and say they've been raped, and then then the man is found innocent, and they don't get prosecuted or go to jail for making up scandals or whatever and ruin a man's reputation?
They are trifling, and they need to be subjected to some type of criminal activity also, because you are ruining an innocent man's life. When they could be out here getting money, having a family and everything, but because you want to be all mentally incapacitated, you decide to go ahead and just ruin this person's life because of maybe you being petty, or maybe you hurt, or maybe he didn't want you and you just want to be a scandalous female. I mean, it's so many scandalous people out here. So, once again, shady, reckless, and disrespectful.
Facts. Totally agree. Do you believe a woman that can cook is far more valuable than a man? Valuable to a man than a woman with a useless degree, 80,000 in student debt, making only 30,000 a year in some pointless job. Top shelf woman learn what her man likes to eat, and she aims to please him. If she can't cook or won't learn, next her. You agree or disagree?
I don't agree because when it comes down to a woman, and if I'm wrong for how I'm saying this, stop me. For a woman and or a man that, for one, can cook, that's a plus. Did you ask that if one of the parties aren't working, they should be at home doing the home stuff? Is that what you asked? Because you kind of lagged on the question. You was kind of running it together.
I was saying basically a woman with house skills and with wifely duties is for a woman making $80,000, making money or $30,000 a year, and student loan debt with the college for a fancy degree, versus a woman with wifely duties and mother duties, versus a woman
I feel like, you know what I'm saying, if there's a woman who, if you got both, you banging, but in the same token, you're not going to be able, I'm not going to say you can't. A woman can do whatever a woman feels that she should do. If you want to go to school and get a degree and make sure that you got everything lined up, remember, you got a family and or a man at home that's going to also need you. So you have to learn how to balance the two. I don't feel like neither one is more or less important than the other one. I just feel like it's all about balance between both sides. If you depending on the person, everything is dependent on the person. If the person feel like the man can go in there and make his own food and do his own thing, then she might not be able to hold on to that man, depending on what kind of man he is. If that man is fully considered and understanding that she's trying to go ahead and maintain her lifestyle and her life skill, then cool. If he's all about feed me, clothe me, and all this other stuff, then somebody gonna come up lacking. Like I said, everything is due to the person. It's all about the person at the end of the day, because a person only gonna do what they're allowed to do, or a person only gonna do what they feel they can do. It's in their power.
Okay.
Get on over here, lady. Man.
Okay, facts. Okay, they say love blurs red flags. Only once you get through the honeymoon phase, you will see the red flags. Agree or disagree?
I disagree, because it's all on the person. Once again, if you start something off, they always say, what you do to get me is what you need to do to keep me. That can be true. But also, it's like the honeymoon phase is you just getting to learn everybody. You're getting to learn the person and see how they are. And maybe later on down the line, and my daughter's father told me one day that you could be with a person a year, you would never get to know them fully. You could be with a person 3 years and you never get to fully know them. I feel like after 3 years, you know enough to know how to maneuver and deal with that person. And if it's something that's happening repetitively, or they just, either unconsciously doing it or doing it purposely, then you need to go ahead and make some other moves, because nothing is going to be sweet, 100%. Nobody relationship is going to be perfect. Everybody going to have their ups and downs and their ins and outs. It's all what you accept, what you don't accept, and what can be balanced and compromised with.
Facts. Okay, cool. What famous person died too soon?
What famous person died too soon? In my opinion, Aaliyah.
Yeah. Who you think was better, Aaliyah or Beyonce?
Aaliyah, hands down.
Okay. Facts. Yeah, I definitely think she would have been bigger than Beyonce. Do you think?
Look here, she'd have took over.
Do you think Jay-Z would have married Aaliyah or Beyonce if Aaliyah was alive?
I think Beyonce would have had a run for her money, because that's old school love they had.
Okay. What are the advantages of being single?
Ooh, well, I'm gonna take that personal. The advantages personally, or you mean just generally?
Well, personally.
Okay, well, personally, the advantages for me is not having to worry about who's asking you a zillion questions of what you're doing, when you're doing it, how long you're gonna be doing it, when you're coming back, and how long you're gonna be going for. Live-ins, dirty drawers on the floor, having to clean them behind another grown person, being able to maneuver and have peace of mind, maintain self-care, not have to worry about anybody but yourself, and tune into yourself and see what it is that you might need to alter and or fix, to be a better you. Everything starts with self, because if you're not good for yourself, you can't be good for nobody else.
Okay. Do you believe every female done told a nigga she was gonna kill herself if he left her?
I don't believe that. I don't. Like I said, once again, depending on the person and people's mental, are a lot of it spacey. People got a lot of crazy stuff going on. Okay. So no.
Okay. They said okay. Cool. Okay. It means a woman who being sexually active towards you forgets everything you did for her.
A woman that's being sexually active towards you will forget everything you've done?
Yeah, everything you did for her.
I don't understand that question.
Okay, I'm asking wrong.
Answer it a different way.
I'm gonna go back to that one.
Okay.
What's that one celebrity that can never make you hate?
The one celebrity that I can never hate?
Yeah.
Well, I'm an old school, so I'm gonna say Tupac. That's my dude for life.
Okay.
Tupac, that's my dude. He can do no wrong in my eyes, like, because he got a message. His message is true. It's real. No matter all the stuff he's been through, it's straight up.
Okay. Do you believe it's generally a red flag when a woman dates a younger man?
Red flag when a woman dates a younger man. Not necessarily, depending on how young is young. If it's in the legal range, then okay, cool. Depending on about a couple years, maybe 2 or 3. But if you talking about 10-year difference, it's gonna be some smoke in the city because it's gonna be something that ain't gonna be right.
What about vice versa, a man dating a younger woman?
A younger woman, it's still the same thing. It's no different because stereotypically, it's gonna be more negative on the man dating the younger woman because they're gonna look at that as a statutory rape thing or he's perverted. But when a woman dates a younger man, she's a cougar. She's trying to go ahead and teach him some things. And nowadays, everything seems stereotypical. What's good for the goose, good for the gander. You can't sit up here and point the finger at me and say, I'm doing wrong. When you're doing the same thing, you're just a different gender. It don't go that way. I don't think that's fair.
Do you really believe? I mean, fair is a place where they judge pigs, but I think with this whole gender thing, everybody talking about that genocide and they can do it. There will always be double standards. But I really do think it's kind of creepy when I see these super age gap dating. Like, mostly women who want an older man because they don't have a daddy in their life.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that one.
They're looking for
that father figure / which father figure and sexual partner that just don't. Maybe it's the authoritative part of the relationship. The older man in the authoritative form, but I don't like comparing daddy. Lack of, like me. My daddy was around, but he wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? He was doing drugs back in his heyday, but I still knew he was. I still was around him and my family. But when it came down to me nowadays, I'm 43, wanting an older man. Now I'm good. You gonna be older, dude? You better be 45. That's it. I don't want no 60-year-old. I'm good. It's a different time. When you're in your 20s or your 30s and you want a 40, 50-year-old, that's still to me kind of like borderline. You know what I'm saying? Just depends.
Very creepy to me.
Everything starts with the person.
Facts. We gotta move on. Okay, a woman in a relationship should obey a man's rules. True or false?
Oh, hell no. No, sir. You're not my daddy.
Okay, is the key to a woman's heart is through her mind? True or false?
Partially. Mind and heart.
Women should be saying I love you first. True or false?
Negative. It depends on the person.
Okay. Okay. Is suffering necessary to existence?
Is suffering necessary to existence? We are going to suffer in some form just to go through life, and that's a life lesson. It's a life's lesson to see if you're going to persevere, if you're going to crumble. So we are going to suffer something or someone or something.
Okay. What are some tips on to maintain love in the relationship?
Tips on maintain love in a relationship. Be honest. Stay true. Stay loyal. Don't be deceitful. And don't be trifling. Nobody want no trifling woman.
How did you heal from a painful experience?
How did I heal from a painful experience? Oh, Lord, that's a deep one. Well, my healing came from God. He gave me the strength to persevere. My very first pain was losing my mother at 20 years old. I was 20 when she died. And that was the first person I never thought I would lose. So me going through losing her and losing everybody through that, down to my daddy, best friend and all, and going through homelessness and jail and abuse and all kind of stuff, and to be who I am with the strength that I have today, wasn't nobody but God. Because at the end of the day, it's all on you. Everything is mental. Everything is mental. If you have a strong mind and you keep strong people around you, anything can turn positive. You can turn a negative to a positive at any given turn. It's all on your mental strength. That's it. Everything is mental.
Right, right. What kind of lies do teenagers tell their parents and why?
What kind of lies do they tell their parents and why? Stupid ones to get themselves in trouble, and they do it because they got friends that's ignorant and want to go ahead and let them do what they doing, so they fall in line. Monkey see, monkey do. Nowadays.
Okay. Do you think it's cool to have the opposite sex as a best friend if you're in a relationship?
Oh, look, been there, done that. It's not easy. It's not fun, and from personal experience, don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. If you want your relationship to be pure, don't do it.
Do you believe a woman stays where she knows she can be easily replaced?
Do I think a woman stays when she knows she can be easily replaced?
Yes.
Some women.
Do you believe?
People are.
Okay. They say no woman goes to the extreme to modify her body, BBL pills to boost her ass or breast, skin bleaching just to attract and be with one man. Do you think that's true or false?
I think that's false. Some women do it because they have low self-esteem. Some women do it so they can attract other men. Some women do it because they feel like it can be a financial gain for them, depending on the person's mental.
Do you feel like if she has more than 2 baby daddies, she shouldn't vote? She will end up picking the wrong man again?
I disagree because I have more. I have 3 children, and they are all by 3 different people. And I'm not ashamed of that. It's just life lessons that I went through, and we should be able to vote. And, I mean, it's all about a person's mental capacity, what you can maintain. That has nothing to do with the picking of the baby daddies.
Okay. What's your thoughts on women getting with a man who ain't got no kids and had a man raise their kids and they cheat with the baby daddy?
A woman get with a man who doesn't have any kids, and then do what with the baby daddy?
Cheat with the baby daddy while the man take care of the kid.
Oh, that's shady, buddy. That is pure shady. Because if you're going to do all that, you might as well go ahead and just leave that man alone and let that man with no kids be free to do his own thing. These happens out here is scandalous nowadays, bro. So that's wrong. That's just straight wrong. Sorry.
Okay. Do you believe in love at first sight?
I do. I really do. Went through it. Still going through it.
Do you believe men should date if a man doesn't have a kid or a woman don't have a child? Should she date somebody without? So people date somebody without kids if they don't have any kids of their own?
That's a half and half because it depends on if the person even like kids anyway. Some men don't even like kids. Some people don't want men. Some men don't want women with kids because that means they're going to have that time taken away from them. You know, so once again, it depends on the person. Me personally, I feel like if you're going to be with that person a long time, having children can kind of help you through the family life. You know what I'm saying?